In this video, we will create backend APIs. First, make sure you are in backend folder. Type command npm I express.env mongoose. This command will install some Node packages required for the project. Type command npm I nodemon --save It will install local development server for our project. --save option will save this Node package for development purpose. It will not be used in production environment. I am using Visual Studio Code IDE for the project. If you prefer other IDEs, it is totally fine. Type command code space dots to open the project. Next, create a new file named app.js. Enter the code below on the screen. The first line is import express node package. The second line, create a variable named app. The last line is to export custom variable. Create another new file named index.js. Enter the code below on the screen. The first line is to import app.js file. The second line is create event listener function. This function has two parameters. The first one is the server port number. The second one is callback function. The callback function only outputs the console message. Next, let's create a new file named configure.env. This file will store our Node's environment variables. The first one is port number equals 4000. The second one is node environment equals development. All letters are uppercase. Let's go back to index.js file. Import .env node package. Then configure the file path linked to configure.env file. Next, we can load environment variables into our code. Open the package.json file and enter the code below on the screen. Here we use nodemon to start our local development server. Nodemon has a few features. Every time you update the file, it will automatically restart the local development server. It can save lots of time. In the command window, let's type command npm run dev. You will see the server is running successfully. In the backend folder, let's create a new folder named controllers. In the new folder, let's create a new file named product controller.js. In this file, let's create a new function named getProducts. Also export it. This is ES6 error function. It has 3 parameters. The first one is request. The second one is response. The third one is next. Here we only write some mock-up code. It will return some data in the JSON format with status code 200. 200 means the request is successfully. Let's create a new folder named routes. In the new folder, let's create a new file named product.js. This file will define all HTTP requests for products page. Let's look into the code. The first line is to import express node package. The second line create constant variable router. The next one is imports product controller. Inside the product controller, there is a function called getProducts. The next one, we define a URL /products using HTTP get methods to call the getProducts function. Open app.js file. Enter the code below on the screen. app.use expression.json function. It converts the request body into JSON object. The next line is to import products root. app.use /API/v1. This function creates the URL for products page. app.use function is the application level middleware bandwidth app objects. So the URL for product page is /API/v1/products. Now we got our basic product API ready. Let's test it in Postman. Open Postman program. Create a new request. Input the URL. Make sure select get HTTP request method, then press send button. You will see the successful response below. If anything goes wrong, it will display an error message. So that's all for today's video. Next time we will talk about how to handle real data with MongoDB database.